Salut pour tous et soyez les bienvenus dans le programme Planète Équitable avec Adesanete. Our series about the new carbon market follows because this is a very important strategy for tropical countries to attract money from the carbon credits, especially when we apply it, when we apply one of the 18 different technologies available for us today at the UNFCCC. And I'm start talking about how the excess of CO2 which has been pumped into the atmosphere by the burning of fossil fuels is changing the structure of forest, especially tropical forests, due to this increase of CO2. This change on the forest structure is favoring secondary vegetation. We are gaining, the secondary vegetation is gaining space within the tropical forest against trees. We are having less and less trees and more secondary vegetation, which is a result of the CO2 enrichment. This secondary vegetation is much more efficient on uptaking the CO2 from the atmosphere, and at the same time they are much more efficient on using water, so they are demanding more water from the environment. And we forest engineers, we should, or we know very well how you make more water available to the rivers and lagoons, and more water available to your water basin when you are doing forestry. It's actually very simple. You release some trees, you take out trees, because the trees, they use water. Against the popular belief, they do not produce water, they use water. So the more secondary vegetation you have, the more water they will be using. And with the change in structure of the Amazon forest, for example, today we have an increase of water demand by this forest of the 20 or 30% order. That's why we are having huge, acute dryness seasons in the Amazon today, and they will be even harder in the future. If we do not reduce the amount of secondary vegetation on the forest, they will keep demanding more and more water, and this will make the forest, the water basin, drier and drier. It's urgent to intervene and intensify the forest management in order to remove this excess of secondary vegetation. Follow us to learn more. Let God's peace and the love that builds be our weapons on our daily struggle for justice. Adesanete, for tous les amis africains.